Good afternoon and welcome to the July 29th special meeting of council. The city of Parksville recognizes the people of the Coast Salish Nation and their traditional territory upon which we gather with gratitude. I need a mover and a seconder for the agenda, please. Moved by Teresa, second by Councilor O'Brien. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Presentation now. Mrs. Woods, would you provide us a quick background on what we're going to be talking about?
Thank you, Your Worship, and thank you, Council and Mayor, for meeting with us this afternoon. We've got a quick presentation and actually quite an exciting presentation for us today. So I'm just going to share my screen. Can everybody see that okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. So today we're going to talk about the supply and install of our next phase of playground equipment in the Parksville Community Park. And if you remember back a little while ago, we received the grant money. So this was a full grant for the entire amount of $315,000. And we awarded the contract for the surfacing. And today we've got exciting news. This is the structure that we are proposing to build down in our community park. So it's quite a large footprint in keeping with a lot of the pieces that we already have. Now the color is going to be slightly different for it to match in with the existing playground equipment. And some of the exciting pieces about this is that it's built on ramps and hexagons, and this allows way more accessibility for users of all different abilities. It's based on that sort of ship and dock theme, which fits into our previous principles and some of our overall theme of the park. And it follows our 7 principles of being fair, being included, be smart, be independent, be safe, be active, and be comfortable. And as you can see here from the drawing, it's a very large footprint. And then you can see with the ramps and the hexagons, it allows for a lot of for folks with wheelchairs or any other levels of ability to be able to get up here. And it's also low, steep platforms, which allows for folks of all ages to be able to enter and exit the playground equipment. So the folks that are going to hopefully install this for us is the Settle Recreation Company. They've got 33 years of experience. They focus on child development, accessibility, special needs, and they meet all of our requirements. They have excellent warranties. They have great established relationships between their manufacturers, shippers, and installers. They have a proven track record, which we really like to have their projects completed on time and on budget, as well as they have an integral safety plan, which is extremely important for us. And they have a good history of response and good pricing and service as we have other pieces of equipment in the park that they have installed for us. So our recommendations today, this is just that you accept my report today and that you award the amount of $195,000 of this project to Settle Recreation, and that the mayor and the corporate officer are authorized to sign the contract for this project.
Mayor, you're on mute.
Thank you. Okay, so I'd like to take all 3 at the same time, and I need somebody to make the motion and second, if you would, please.
I'll move the recommendations.
Moved by Councilor Praz, second by Councilor Wilson. Have you got your hand up? I can't tell.
Yes, I do.
Okay, there you go. All right. Any discussion? Councilor O'Brien.
It looks like a great, oh, sorry.
Councilor O'Brien.
Thank you, Mayor Main. Just a question through to Belinda. Anyways, it looks pretty exciting. Belinda, great job. I think that you've made a wise choice. Just a question regarding the footprint. Is this displacing or replacing some antiquated equipment or equipment that's breaking down, or is that what area is it approximately going to footprint over in the park?
So through the mayor to Councillor O'Brien. This area we're looking at where we've moved it slightly to the left. So it's, if you were facing the water, it will be the far left piece of the, sort of the top left piece of the playground. There's not a lot of equipment in there. We may move one piece slightly, or we may remove one piece of the largest structure, as well as we are going to be installing, extending the sidewalk, which will allow that to be even more accessible into this piece. So we had it slightly back closer to the existing sort of little pirate area and what we call the smart park. But then that means that people would have to travel through sand to get to this area. So if we put it right up against the edge, then we can put a sidewalk in and make it accessible right from the very beginning. And we also have, as you guys approved previously, our surfacing. This can fall within that surfacing grant that we already have, with a very small addition of our budget that we already have set aside to fill in the small piece that this footprint is even larger than we were anticipating. So as you know, the sand is our enemy at our playgrounds. So this actually covers a huge footprint for that, and hopefully our next grant will also help us cover in some more of that if we're successful in that grant application.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if there's no further discussion, I'm going to call the
One
question.
other question, Your Worship, please.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you.
There we go. Now I can see
Thank
everybody.
you. The time frame for the installation and completion,
So
Belinda? Thanks.
through the mayor to Councillor, we are expecting to have this completed during the fall. I mean, right now it's not a particularly opportune time for us to get into the park. So we're going to be doing it during the fall, but with our grant and with our timeline, it will be completed by the end of this year.
Okay, now I can see everybody. Anybody else have their hands up? Councillor Frass?
Thank you. Through the mayor to Belinda Woods. Curious too, when you mentioned about other grants coming up in the future, and that, is there been any considerations towards shade features in the park, knowing that it's a pretty large open area and in the heat of the summer gets a lot of full sun? When I'm down there, I have to see, kids are always playing around too, but the parents need to be close by, and a lot of times they're just sitting there baking in the sun. So yeah, is there any considerations for shade features?
So through the mayor to Councillor Frost, yes, there is actually a lot of talk about that. We do have very few actual park benches and parks within the actual park area. I was actually down there just this week looking at our inspection schedule. With us moving this slightly over to the left portion, it's also in the treat area. And we were considering putting some more park benches in that treat area, which would help support this. But our long-term plans are definitely to have shade considerations as well as some more seating considerations. We do have our gathering space that we will be working on this year as well, which will be just slightly closer to the water from that area as well.
Okay, thank you. And also take the chance and say thanks to staff too for the seating area by the splash park. I know it's been getting a lot of great use. It's challenging for parents to keep track of their children and standing out there without anywhere to sit down. So wonderful job. Thank you. And I look forward to this new playground equipment.
Thank you. Councillor Wilson.
Yes, thank you, Your
Councillor
Worship.
Wilson.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Through you to Belinda. Just a thought that I've seen before with some of these playground equipment is they have some of those sage shells and the sail shades and whatnot that go over them too. But anyway, it looks like a fabulous playground, and I'm sure it's going to bring people from all over the island to it. So kudos.
Okay, moving right along. I'm just going to call the question then, and we'll take a vote. All those in favor of all three items? Carried unanimously. Thank you very much, Mark. Nice to see you. You're just in time for the vote. Okay, then the last one, I need a motion to adjourn. Councillor O'Brien is anxiously putting his hand up for adjournment, and I need a seconder, please. Counselor Wilson, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much, folks. If I don't talk to you before, have a great month of August. I'll be in and about, so